Hello everyone, good evening. How are you doing? I greet you guys. I hope you guys are fine because I am actually fine. I'm doing great and I'm happy today. So if you look at the screen right here, you can actually see what I have. We have EOSE, and if you guys could remember, I shared EOSE last year. If you go back to my YouTube channel, this is EOSE, and I shared EOSE analysis right there last year, June 26, 2024. So it's 1 year now when I shared EOSE at the price of $1. So if you've watched this video, you can actually see how I broke down EOSE, and I gave the reason to why I am looking into EOSE and why I should get the EOSE. All right, I'm not your financial advisor, guys. I'm just a financial analyst. Okay, so that's why I'm giving a reference to myself. All right, so if you that saw the analysis feels like you want to risk with what you can afford or be able to risk, then it's fine. So when I shared EOSE, I give the reasons to why EOSE should go higher, and I gave the targets, right? And if you could remember, EOSE enterprise is based focused on energy storage, and they are focused on eco-friendly material. Like their product is their materials are eco-friendly, and their storage, like the battery, is with zinc instead of lithium or lead acid. Is actually zinc, and it's actually safe. All right, so I give many reasons, and why I gave the reasons, I don't know, other people saw it, because after I gave this update, we had the news that one investment company invested huge amount of money on EOSE that created a spike. And I think I gave an update on EOSE. If you go back to my YouTube channel, you actually see that update on EOSE. And afterwards, we start seeing the company do well. They are not doing well in revenue, more production, and stuff like that. And I also give the reason that since we are now focused on something sustainable, that EOSE have a very good solution based on the energy storage, the battery storage, something like that they are focused on. And yeah, now why going on, we have Trump striking the tariff stuff, and it actually did not affect EOSE that much, for the reason that all of their production and manufacturing, everything is in the United States. They have already brought down all their company and stuff to the United States, and yeah, so it's not actually affecting them that much. So yeah, the company started doing well and goes on. So let's go into the chat. And also I during January the 2025, I made mention of what we are looking forward to in 2025, right? I named it preparation for 2025. And if you watch that video, you actually see that I was specifically focused on the stock market, for the reason that I know that the US stock market is going to do well, and some Nigerian stocks, but Nigerian stocks really for Nigeria. All right, so the US stock, I listed multiple US stock, but it's actually those that were in the mentorship that were actually making it. We have multiple stocks, so I don't actually have the time to do analysis of most of them, but I did do that of Bitcoin ETF, which is the ARK investment. All right, we invested on Roblox, we invested on Rocket Lab. There are multiple of them. I think I'll just take the time, go to the Telegram channel and look for all those shares and start analyzing them. But I did a few of them during that preparation for 2025, right? So now this is EOSE right now, currently at the price of $13, and I'm looking forward for it to go to the price of $16. Then we'll see how we're going to deliver to the buy stop, resting on that swing high at the price of $31.92. So imagine last year I shared this at the price of $1. Imagine if you put like $100 into EOSE at the moment. I know it's a penny stock, but I analyzed it and I studied the company. I know what the company is all about, and I see it has the future because we are focused on sustainable development goal. I gave my reasons to why I was looking at EOSE and their solutions. Yeah, I forgot to say something. All right, so imagine you had like $100 invested when it was at the price of $1, and currently is at $13. You know how much you actually got. So we bought at a discount price. The last analysis was done, and this push you have right here was when that company invested huge amount of money to EOSE. Then we traded higher, taking this high. That was the first target, and then we now have an area of demand, which is this down close candle. You can call it an old block, right? So price returned back into it, and this year I also shared of us buying from $3 for the reason that we have a favorable gap right there. That favorable gap was saw on the daily time frame right there, because what we have now is a swing high and low. Like low, this is a high, and this is that demand zone. So we don't see any bearish structure found here, right? So we trade into the demand, and we traded higher, breaking this high again. So that means we now have a new high. So we're expecting to trade lower to an area of discount that will give us a higher low, and that was that favorable gap I saw on the daily time frame. We traded lower, and some people started investing. All right, so those that have been following me, sorry I'm not active on YouTube, I'm too busy. Those that knows me know how I travel all the time, so not always active. I'm trying my best to actually take YouTube serious, but I was not taking YouTube serious, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But I cannot promise you that I can be active on YouTube, but I will try my best to be active and always drop updates. So I'm looking forward to see it hit the $16, and you cannot buy it now, so don't. You can't enter at this push move, at this massive push right here. The only time that was right to buy EOSE was at this discount price, and when I shared it last year. So right now it's too late because we see the rally right there, and I'm looking forward to $16. After $16, I'm looking forward to the high, swing high right there that we have has the buy stop at the price of $31. So still expecting EOSE to continue to do well and generate more revenue, because their revenue has been growing lately, and that leads to the increase of the price of the shares of EOSE. So whenever you want to dive into the stock market, don't just buy any share you see on your app. Make sure that if you see that the name of any share you see on your app, the first thing you have to do is go and analyze the chart of that particular company. Analyze the chart and see if it is confirmed to buy. All right, then also you need to go to the company's website, study the company, know what the company is all about, check the revenue being generated by the company, and also see if it is something that is being needed globally, like currently. So when I shared EOSE, I made mention that we are focused on sustainable development goals. Sustainability is what everyone is now focused on, and access to energy is one of that. So that was the reason why I talked about EOSE. Now, the reason why I'm more focused on energy, company that use energy, is because we are now in the tech. We are now facing now. We're having this evolution coming up. So there is now an increase in tech, and the increase in tech might lead to massive consumption of energy. Mostly companies that are focused on AI integration and data storage might be needing like energy, because it's eventually consume energy, the GPU, CPU stuff. The techie guys. I must say a tech guy because I am a non-developer, no code app developer. I'll be launching my app soon. You actually see it. I'll tell you guys when this is launched. So computers these days, based on the advancement in technology, we will be consuming energy, and the alternative to that will be renewable energy, and we have nuclear energy and solar energy. These are the two things that I'm focused on, and the one of the nuclear energy I'm focused on is uranium, and I have a company that we bought, few of us invested into, which is Uranium Energy Corp. They do on nuclear reaction energy stuff, and I share this at the price of $10, around $8-9, and it's now $13. Don't get me wrong, the reason why I shared this was, when I shared this was around the time Israel and Iran and the United States were having this war going on, and what came into my head is that, and they made mention of uranium and nuclear power, so what comes into my head was that the United States wants to thief the uranium in Iran for their manufacturing. Sorry. So that was just the reason why I was focused on uranium. Apart from that, I was also focused on energy, and nuclear energy was one of it. So the process of nuclear energy is uranium. I am also focused on natural resources. So we have gold, we have silver, we have uranium, and then I was looking for ETFs of uranium, ETFs of gold, and ETF of silver. I have one ETF of gold, which is PHYS, is on my watch list right here. So it moves in line with gold. If gold is bullish, it is also bullish, currently at the price of $29. So if you love gold, if you know that how bullish gold is, and you analyze the market for a long time, you know how it's going to go, you can just get the ETF. Imagine at from the year 2023 at the price of $12, is been going higher, currently at the price of $29. This is an ETF, and I'll just give you guys cheat code, right? And also I've forgotten, I talked about KTOS on my Facebook page that I lost, and when I shared KTOS, I gave the reason. I shared this during the war of Russia and Ukraine, and I made mention of the ammunition going on. So there is now an investment in technology in the aspect of ammunition, the aspect of war technology, and that is drone. So KTOS is into that, and that was why I listed KTOS at the price of $22 last year, right? It was even this year, but I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. So it's now currently at $94. Our target was actually $185, which is the swing high. I didn't expect it to run as fast as this, so it's too late to enter also. So all this done on the mentorship shared on Telegram. So I wasn't active on YouTube, but I was actually active on my other social platforms, like the mentorship platform and WhatsApp. So I think that is all I have to say, and you can actually see the advantage of stock is sometimes the stock market is not risky, unlike crypto market. All right, unlike crypto market, stock market deals with you analyzing the company that you want to buy shares from, and you believe that the company is going to do well in the future. So you now invested into the company. Just like Tesla, when Tesla started, there are a lot of investors who are like, it makes sense because we have not actually seen a car that runs on electric. And it is a new innovation, a new tech. And based on someone who is wise, who is innovative, that have a technical know-how, you will know that you can never stay in a particular position. There will always be an investment. I remember back then, we don't know what is programming and coding. Now there are lots of coding coming up, and then Arduino was introduced. So students in schools are now learning Arduino and Raspberry, and now we're having new stuff coming out. Now NVIDIA is is constructing what I don't understand. So you can actually see during our own time, we were actually using microcontroller to write our code. You get the chip, you put it in the programmer, and you go to Linux or something like that. I've forgotten the app. You now write your code with the C language and C++. Before you know it, there is now new stuff going on. And then they were like, I think a solution was provided. That is when Arduino came in as an open source tech. So Arduino made everything easier. You can actually almost do everything with Arduino, right? So always have this in mind, that you cannot stay at a particular place. Every generation that you are entering, there is always an advancement in technology. All right, and I believe in the future we might start having floating cars. So that is it. So AI companies, tech companies, and yeah, but please, if you are trying to do advancement in technology, don't touch food. The crossbreeding of stuff, I'm actually scared of that. Okay, all right, so that is it for you guys. So you can actually see everything. Most of my analysis are doing well long term, from since I started posting updates on some pairs: gold, DXY, Nasdaq, US 30, and a couple of stocks. So yeah, that's what smart money is all about. That's what that's how institutions operate like. So I released a course on Udemy on swing trading. You will find it on the description link, and you will learn how to analyze for a long time like me. See you guys there. Take care and be safe.